Brian Page here at ToutSuite. We're here at Engage Art, and this is Christo, as he likes to go for. Christo does amazing things when it comes to what?
Therapy.
Therapy, yes. Inspirations here would be?
Music, live music venues, live shows, people creating to create to.
Put emphasis on the music side of things,
Music,
right?
yeah, because otherwise just sitting at home trading CDs all day. No, I'd rather have people just play. People just play music, so I can do this, and then honor the musicians that I, as a hack musician, can't actually honor.
Yeah, but I see you feeling what you do, and the music gives you the inspiration
Yes.
to throw it down.
Yes, I couldn't do it without the music.
Right.
Yeah. So thank all the musicians out there, because I would be nobody without you.
So, favorite piece you do, as far as I'm concerned, is Mr. Monk right over there in the corner.
Yes.
Now, how did you get the drip and the amazing texture, which I find fascinating, especially when it comes to that, because that one stands out next to a lot of the color and everything here. This one just has, well, I call it soul.
Well, it was the dry season, and we were missing so much rain that I was trying to actually get it to rain in California by doing that. It was like my rain dance.
All right, so this is the one you're telling me about that you were actually naked, or at least a sarong kind of thing.
Totally naked in the backyard, yes, with the dog and the two cats.
You got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah. So, yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
a toga next time, but
Well, I remember when you brought Lou.
yes.
Lou's amazing. I mean, what gave you the thing when it came to pulling out the purple tones and all
That
the
was
stuff?
that was actually the day after he had passed.
That's right. Day after Passion.
And I wound up drinking, I think it was 2 bottles of your wine, and it was 14 or 18 hours straight just painting that.
Yeah.
And my roommate came out in the morning at like 10 a.m. and he was like, "Are you still up painting?" I'm like, "Yeah." It was, one of those things where I listened to nothing but Velvet Underground for almost 14 hours straight and just painted one painting and just went whoosh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just amazing color, the texture again.
And it's not
You
a
have to think
joint
of
in his
texture.
mouth, by the way. That is a toothpick.
No, Lou had his toothpick. Then.
Yeah.
Big time.
And the Oakleys are crazy because and if you notice, that is the only painting I've ever done where it's not just he's wearing sunglasses.
Right.
And Oakleys at that. How absurd is that?
Right.
Right?
So, to wrap
Lou
the
Reed and Oakleys.
to wrap this whole thing up, though,
Yes.
it's like, color, amazing thing. Texture, amazing thing.
Therapy, amazing thing.
Your single favorite artist that you follow when it comes to music?
The Man in Black, Johnny Cash.
Rockin'.
Yes. I can listen to that all day, all night, every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right?
Yes.
Cool. Thanks,
Especially
Christo.
at your tasting room.
My tasting room.
Yeah.
Come by the tasting room.
Come by, please. Have
Awesome.
some wine. Cab Franc, you can't beat it.
Thanks, Christo. Awesome. Rock and roll, man. Cheers.
Love you guys. Thank you.
So here with Penelope, or Penelope Star. Get the little frillies out, right? So Penny has been doing this stuff for a while now, and she does a lot of individual pieces that have food-oriented happiness. One thing I dig about her is choice of color, shadowing, but what's really cool about her is some of the newer stuff that she's doing. It's a lot of stuff with the paddle, so a lot of texture. This has got the aubergine kind of look to it going, but moreover, she's a cool chick, a way cool chick, and more than anything, she's got fluorescent happiness going on. But Pen, talk to me about what's going on with your life now, because you obviously are going from more of a brushstroke kind of orientation in your painting, and now you've got this paddle happiness and this texture, which I really dig in nowadays.
Today I'm just having fun with the paints. I'm working for my photograph. I always take photos constantly, I'm always shooting photos with my iPhone. And this is the first time I've ever printed my photos and put them on display. I've been posting them a lot on social media.
The little guys over
and
here, right?
Sterling, the little ones, yeah. And another whole big batch here.
Exactly.
Sterling Vineyards actually saw my work on Facebook, asked me if I would do a photo exhibit. So I printed a huge batch of photos, which I've never shown my photos, and I have a photo exhibit at Sterling. So for this Engage Art Fair, I printed, while I was on a little mission, I printed my abstract photos. So I'm sharing an exhibit with Ansel Adams, which is amazing.
With Ansel, get out. Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We're friends.
With the worms?
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. So anyway, today I'm working from one of my merging the two. So I've chosen one of my pieces, purple inspired, wine inspired. I'm doing live palette knife piece from my abstract photo in oil. It's very thick. It's going to take, I would say, at least 2 weeks to dry. And I'm just having a blast with the texture of the paint and the color. It's like luscious and wine colored, and you just kind of want to lick it.
Right.
People really, really connect to the artist's process. And so when the artists reveal their process, it just adds extra meaning and depth to the work. Benny, we have artists who are ducking out.
Run, no.
Which I normally do. I totally duck.
No, you do.
I duck
great.
and run. I duck and run.
What I find it fascinating, though, is to say hence the name engage rather than just watch and look and peruse. I mean, you said every single artist is chilling and engaging the onlookers and enjoying and actually feeling kind of not to get funky, but that spirituality of what it is to be an artist and actually trying to drag you in and feel what it is to be that artist.
Yeah, and it's like if you're in a forest and the tree falls, does the tree make a sound? If you're a musician,
and does it matter?
If you're a musician and you play in a room with nobody, then you have no audience. The audience, the people here who are attending, they're actually they're part of the art.
Right.
So
right.
They're here to be the recipients, which is it's the yin and yang. And so
and part of the inspiration, hopefully,
Yeah, no, it's a very important part of the art.
So again, this is Penelope Star, as I call her, but she's awesome. She's rocking. Go to Sterling, check it out. If you can't make it this year to Engage, definitely come here next year.
We're going bigger next
year.
Yeah,
next year going to kick ass, and
Yep.
we're kicking ass today. So great time. All right, Dan.
Cheers.
Love you, baby. Be good.
You need. Bad luck. Oh no. All right. Cheers.
There's dregs in there. Here I have Justin Pricer of Shadowbox, another fellow vintner. Part of the experience here is to enjoy art in the bottle with art going on at the same time. So we got Justin, and what do you got pouring here today, babe?
We're doing a little bit of Chardonnay and Cabernet Sauvignon, both small production stuff. Our total production is just about 300 cases, so we just thought we'd make the trek up to Calistoga and have some fun.
Amen to that, right?
So
I got the Chardonnay, buttery, wonderful hint of oak on it. Kicking ass is my second pour on this noise. Gotta love it. You've been doing Shadowbox for about how long now, man?
just about 3 years.
And you've been having great success with it. And people are bragging about the stuff. It's pretty damn good stuff, babe.
Thank you. We love it. We're actually upping our production this year for the first time. We'll be about just close to 500, and we're trying to rein it back in to be a little bit more hands-on myself as well. So.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's like, you've been an amazing experience here in this valley, and it's nice that you're continuing with the Shadowbox thing, and I'm a fan of it.
Thank you.
Chardonnay again, second time around. What do you got? Are you going to be just still doing just Chardonnay and Cabernet in the future, or are you going to add anything else on?
We got some Pinot going on as well, and then this year we're really excited. We're doing some Rosé. We're actually going to, we got some really fun Pinot grapes that we're going to bring down and do about 80 cases of Rosé, just have something a little bit lighter, a little bit fun, summer drinker, and have something that my wife loves Rosé. So it's something that she's been craving forever. So we're really excited about that too. So.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So, again, here's Shadowbox. Check it out. Rock and roll fucking wine. Excuse my French. Excuse me.
The internet, right?
Shadowbox. Check it out. Amazing wines. Rock and roll. Here with
Cheers,
Justin. And cheers. Come on, bye. Cheers.
Hi, everybody.
So, you're right over here, right?
Yes, I do all the vineyard paintings. Some of them are plein air, and others I take photographs and then go home and paint in my studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What I love is getting color and texture. It's what's wonderful about this whole event here is these artists are really into, I think, really pushing some limits when it comes to pushing texture and whatnot. And the color profile, I think, is unique with every single artist here, but everyone has kind of that signature that is unique. And I've noticed is that some of the stuff is just, well, it kicks butt. These in particular, it's like I love how it is abstract at the same time as you step back and you get detail that you wouldn't see if you were up close.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the amazing group at Jessup Cellars. Their wines are fabulous, and that's why we get to show our beautiful art.
Well, and I must say, they are incredibly supportive of the arts, like music, writing.
Extremely supportive.
They're incredible. They were like one of the first people to jump on board. They brought a chef, they brought their wines, they brought their art. They are rock stars.
Right.
So
We have an-
Amen to that, right?
And we have
Yeah.
an incredible chef.
yeah.
There's an incredible popcorn chef here.
Oh yeah, the popcorn. Popcorn's rocking. Yeah, now, I've seen him in a couple other things at other wineries, but his popcorn is ridiculously duck confit.
Hi there, how are you? I'm Chef Mike C. Nice to meet you. And we're here at the amazing Engage Art Fest. Or wait, we're calling it Engage Art what? Fair. Excuse me.
I'm having a fest,
I'm having a fest too.
and right now
at the
we're
Engage
having
Art
a fair.
Fair.
We're having a fair right
Oh,
now.
I have affairs every day with
Every
popcorn,
day.
and
Popcorn.
beautiful wine and
Oh,
amazing art.
Maybe some Jessup Petit Straw.
Yeah, well, can we have Jessup Sauv Blanc and pear popcorn too? Do you think we could do that
I
too?
think we do. We do
Oh
have
my
some
gosh.
Sauvignon Blanc here.
We have Sauvignon Blanc. You know what? I think
We have our Sauvignon Blanc from Jessup Cellars in Yountville.
yes. Habanero, green onion, garlic.
But what are you
and
doing?
chai.
What are you doing with the Petit Straw? The Petit Straw
Well,
is killing me, and this
No, I
is
don't want you
the
to die.
thing.
I don't want you to die today.
But it's amazing about this wine. But you did something special, red wine popcorn, really killing me. But
I'm gonna kill you softly
I know.
today, because
That's-
with that one we are pairing a duck confit. Yes, a duck confit with
Popcorn.
smoked sea salt.
Popcorn.
If you can
Popcorn.
believe it, it's actually happening today here at the Engage Art Fair.
we're gonna do a little demo here,
little.
and you're gonna learn. You can get learned today
Today.
about popcorn love in a walk. All right, Chef Mike, ready?
May I walk you through this process? So I'm adding a little bit of fused oil here. It could be just regular olive oil or grapeseed oil. We have a little shallot confit oil.
So that looks
We're
about
fancy.
a quarter of a cup
I think it's like 10 pounds of oil.
of fat, right?
No, yeah, fat. No, yeah, it's about a quarter cup or so. And we're gonna add to that a little over a half cup of organic popcorn.
And this is multicolored popcorn happiness.
Yes, of course. You gotta go with the rainbow colored popcorn is a little bit more fun, exciting. And we're adding just a little bit of salt.
Now, why do you add the salt before you start popping?
Well, I want the salt to stick to the popcorn, right? I don't want it just to bounce off the popcorn. So
You don't want it at the bottom of the bag, right?
yeah, that sucks. Then you're like, oh man, this popcorn was kind of bland, and now I have a salt lick at the bottom, and I ran out of wine. What am I to do with myself?
So you want the popcorn to maybe pop in your mouth?
Well, not in my hand.
Not in your hand, right?
Never. That would hurt. But we're putting it in so it's nice and hot, and it will actually fuse to the outside of the popcorn as it pops.
So what do you have that burner on?
I have it on high, and then I also have it on a table.
Great.
Make sure to put your burner on a table. It's very important. Okay. And then we have the butter. It's
Look at that.
fused
Important,
on the
important,
inside
important.
of the lid. Super important. And you can flavor your butter with anything. This one has habanero, green onion, garlic, and chive, thusly the name. And as soon as this popcorn starts to pop, check it out. It's popping out.
Dip in there.
And then we're gonna throw this lid on. Bam! And what's gonna happen is we're creating a closed system in which it traps the steam. That steam hits the butter turns into this mist of amazingness, and the kernel just leap. Boo, 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 right
Take a
through
little
it.
butter bath, maybe?
Pretty much. It's like gorillas in the mist, but gorillas don't taste good, but popcorn does. So we're doing popcorn in the mist today.
See, this is amazing because it's like you don't have to squirt the goddamn thing out of a thing afterwards.
Oh,
It's
I
doing
hate squirting things on things afterwards. I like to squirt before things.
When it's ready,
afterwards.
right?
Yes, only when it's ready.
Thank you. You're saving me here, right?
That's my job. So I get paid with no bucks. You ready? And when our rate of popping goes to almost 0, then we're gonna do the hippie hippie flip. Bam. 1. Two.
Oh.
Can you smell it? Can you smell what the chef is cooking?
So what's great about this technique is that no butter burn.
None. We don't
No
want
butter
butter
burn.
burn.
No
That
butter
butter
burn.
burn sucks.
No.
Would you eat burnt butter?
No.
No.
Unless it's
I would drink a-
noisette.
Well, go ahead. Get fancy on my pants.
Oh, wow. No, this is amazing though. So you just kind of let it sit there for a second, then you put it back in, or what do you do? Is that's it? It's
Well,
ready to
no.
go?
I would eat it at this point.
What do you mean, like what?
Like I put it in your mouth.
Like this?
I.
Oh
okay,
yeah.
you can do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or I like
Oh.
to do it kind of like this.
Oh. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh.
Pass it over. All right.
Now that is a pairing. Are you kidding me? Yeah, this is a habanero.
I think it's amazing. It's amazing.
You know what? What's great about this is, again, it's all buttered for you. You don't have to do it. It's done.
Oh, I'll
Smart
butter you
steps.
up. I'll butter
I'm
you
already
up.
buttered, baby.
Oh, I love this.
Well, Chef Mike, you rocked it for us again, brother.
Thank you. Anytime.
Appreciate it.
Just make sure that you pair with Jessup's
Jessup
fine wine.
Jessup
with your
Sauvignon
rose
Blanc.
wine.
Just saying. This popcorn, little jalapeno, happiness butter, and notice the technique. Technique. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's like painting by numbers, but better.
But outside of the lines. Come on, Carlene. We're doing this. We're having way too good a time. You know, your inspiration here is amazing. So why don't you talk about a little bit about that?
Well, I mean, it's just really just this. I mean, I'm elated. I'm absolutely elated at the success of it, the participation of the artists, the people who have come and have just been wowed. To my husband, who was my volunteer extraordinaire, and in essence made the walls and the lighting happen.
Well, the lighting is amazing, but this space is like, I remember Penelope was sending me some stuff early on about this space developing, and how it's really evolved to now is one thing, but how you've gotten, hence the name Engage, it's just more than just an art installation kind of thing going on. It is more than just that. I mean, you've got wine and all that noise, but at the same time, you've got artists doing, engaging the viewer, engaging everything, and it's just a wonderful, unique kind of thing. And again,
Well, and that's really the idea and the concept behind it. It was to not just expose people to art, and art is beautiful, but the creativity that goes behind the art. To actually see how an oil painting comes to be, to see how weaving still happens, that people make beautiful clothing and they make, consumables and things like that. To see how someone can repurpose the rings from wine barrels and turn that into another art form. And so everything, there's just so much crossover that takes place, and this opportunity to talk with and engage with the artists, and not just look at art hanging on walls, and to have artists who typically show in that, to have them also engaging with people, and just opening up that little bit of window to the creative community that we have here in Napa County. And it's just wonderful and beautiful, and I'm so thrilled with it.
no, I'm thrilled with it too, because I'm like, I came up here, it's like, had a little breakfast this morning, came out, and I said, okay, cool, and went, whoa, this is a lot more than I expected. And it's probably too late for y'all to get out here this year, but next year, because this will be the fourth next year, so this is the third annual. Next year, get out here. It is really a special experience, because you actually, as you engage with the artists, you are actually becoming a part of that piece of art. And that's the thing that's unique about this in comparison to all the other art shows that I've been to, and that's what kind of gives it a jazz and something unique. And what's cool is about, as you are engaging with the artists and becoming a part of that, you're also enjoying people's art in a glass, if you will, and it's a unique experience. It's wonderful, and so, definitely. So, what else would you like to talk about, girl?
Really? That's it. Yeah, like right now you've got live music going on as well, and they just pop up in impromptu performances. And so, I mean, it's truly represents, I believe, all of the arts. And yes, last weekend in April, we'll be here again.
Yeah, so check it out next year, 2016. Oh my God, get out here. If you can get out here today, please get out here today, because I'm actually really jazzed about this. I usually talk about how hard my nipples are, and my nipples are really hard right now. So really enjoying this. This is really making my day. Hi, Carol. How you doing? Why don't you introduce yourself and what you got going on here?
Well, my name is Carol Rosemond, and I am a realist.
I love it.
Yes, I paint mostly seascapes, but I went on a wild tangent and started painting close-up flowers.
Oh, really? That's
And-
cool. We love these things here.
Oh, thank you.
What I love about the seascapes is that, again, it evokes emotion. And that's what I dig about this, is just that there is that thing where these are the type of paintings where I would sit down and just, find that zen. I mean, there's a zen about this, is that I mean, look, this right here is just amazing to me. I mean, the color and the shadowing and everything that you got going in the background. So you've got mainly these here as well as the close-up of the flowers. So let's just talk about one of these little flower ones you got going in here.
Well, I went to the Napa Valley Iris Gardens with my daughter and on Mother's Day last year, and we took 700 pictures. And I got home and I was so dazzled by the flowers that I had to start painting them. So I started out with a full iris, and then I moved in closer and closer. So this was the second one, and then this was closer and closer. So I explored the iris from an abstract viewpoint.
That's very cool. That's very, very cool. Well, the detail is, even though you say abstract, the detail is actually pretty damn cool. I mean, you're up on the stanum and everything in the flower rather than being just, abstract strokes. You've got a detail at the same time. When you look at it from afar and you look at it close, it gives different emotion.
Well, that's the thing that I'm trying to do with my paintings, is to give a feeling of peace, to cool people down from our very rapid world.
Oh, I like that, cool people down.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. So peace and tranquility.
Says Zen.
Yes, exactly.
Well, they're beautiful, amazing, and I can't thank you enough for talking with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Brian, I'm Brian, by the way.
Oh, very
so,
nice to meet you.
I'm actually a winemaker here in the valley, but here, this is the most striking piece, I think. I mean, when it comes from me, just because it is made out of one of my things that I have to contend with, barrels, and my artwork when it comes to wine. But it is a weaving, as you call it, right?
It is a weaving.
God knows there's a lot of material in this valley to use, but it's nice that I haven't seen anything this unique.
Well, a lot of artists and woodworkers are working with the wood staves. And the wood staves are wonderful pieces with it. There's furniture, there's chairs, and there's tables, and there's all kinds of stuff. But they're throwing these wine barrel hoops away. So I said, well, what can we do with the hoops? And that's how this emerged. And there's a discovery, and it's actually has gone way beyond what I thought I could do with these. I mean, they're just waiting to be used. Yes.
But this is beyond. It's just amazing because it has so much more going on.
Yes,
and as I said, for me, it's like an altarpiece almost for a church.
The more you look at it, the more you'll see. And I did that purposefully. It's very metaphysical. It's a spiral. It's kinetic. It has the yin and yang in it. Once start looking at it, you'll see that. And basically, you'll see all the rivets and everything of the wine barrel hoops.
What's it like? What do you mean?
What's it like working for the Von Saul?
Okay, take your imagination and go to the craziest limitations possible, and that's what it's like. Everything you imagine
Demented,
is possible.
dirty, and wordy.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said at all.
No, but we're...
Is he putting words in your mouth?
I am not putting words in anybody's mouth.
That's not what I said.
It's not what you said. I am putting words in your mouth.
I see.
What it's like working for Richard Von Saul.
Oh, geez.
Right. Hold on. What do you got in there?
I keep scooting away from you because keep getting close.
No, but what do you got in there?
I have Jessup Petite Syrah. It's delicious.
That's what I have too. So ready? 1, 2, 3.
Cheers.
Okay, Richard, what do you have down there? Come on, let's get that.
Down here?
Yeah, get that noise.
Oh,
What is
you
it?
wanna
What is
you
that?
wanna get in this?
I want to get on that.
These are the plumbing pipes that go from Calistoga Geyser to Indian Springs Resort. And these are the crystals that build up inside of the pipe. So they have to pull the pipes every 10 years.
So I remember you showing me this not too long ago, and what's pretty amazing about this noise is that is how the mineral hot springs, that's what develops at 10 years, right?
About 10 years, that's what I heard.
Yeah, it's just pretty wacky. So we're going to have Kevin here pour us a little bit of what? Come on, Richard, what are we getting poured here?
I'm not sure. Let me take a look.
The 2012.
Oh, the Revolver 2012, huh?
Grab a glass. No, we're not going to say who makes this noise, but, whatever.
Yeah, I think the guy to my left has a little something to do with it.
Right? Thanks, Kevin, baby. My pleasure. Okay.
Yeah,
We're
want to have a seat?
We're going to have a seat.
Oh.
So Richard.
Yes, sir.
These are my favorite things you got going on here because there's a little heart, a little soul here. You're a soulful brother. You know that, right? So why don't you talk about these because these are pretty damn precious to you, aren't they?
They are. They are. These were given to me by my stepfather when I was about 8 years old, and they're original Barcelona chairs, Mies van der Rohe, and I have the original cushions, but I had to flare them up a little bit with spice them up with some alligator.
A little reptile makes it happier, doesn't it, baby?
Oh, it sure does. It sure does. Those big lizards. So all of these pieces where DDA's going right now is the that table there, the coffee table, is a 200-year-old Monterey pine tree stump that uprooted in Carneros on my friend John and Donna Bonnick's property. And this was an iconic tree. Everybody knew this tree going to Moore's Landing. It was monstrous. It was 60 inches in diameter and about 200 feet tall. And when they cut it down, they brought it to my studio in sections, in 16-foot by 60-inch sections, and dropped them off with a dump truck. And when the logs hit my parking lot, it shook the whole building. It was fantastic.
I remember you talking about this when they get drugged these things in, and you made tables for this big dinner out of that same tree, didn't you?
Yeah. We had Sony Music and Stella Artois and Atlantic Records. And Revolver pairing wines with Greg Cole did a 8-course dinner. It was absolutely amazing. So we had performers on my table saw as the stage, and it was a really good night.
That was pretty wacko. I remember when we started talking about you getting the space ready for this event, and I was like, where the hell? It's like, dude, right there. You gotta have it right there. And
all of y'all, when you all got there and you started looking at my studio, you're like, where is this going to happen? You know, I mean, I had a lot of doubts going on around me, but I said,
no, I got it. But I get, the ladies. I know the ladies were like, what?
Oh yeah, it was great. But when it came together, it sure was beautiful. It really turned out to be a beautiful night.
Amazing night because we had like the brewmaster of the high end. Of Stellar, fourth generation.
Budweiser. Fourth generation brewmaster, George. Oh, he's amazing.
And, say what you want about Budweiser, but the history is there and was crazy. And that was one thing I think you tried to bring into the whole thing is this, when you had made tables out of this 200-plus-year-old tree, you brought some of that history.
Oh, you bet. You bet. I actually decorated the tables with all kinds of different artifacts from Napa and trees from Napa. I wanted to tell a story.
But you told a story about your life, brother, though. You told a story about your brother.
Yeah.
It was amazing because you were saying about this, and you had a story about every single little...
All my little fun little trinkets and toys and everything were around for everyone to understand who I was and, why I'm bringing this to them.
But you're like that silent giant, though, because you're modest and humble about a lot of things, and that's what I dig about you, man. Is because it's more than just your art. It is about you, but you're not jumping up on some table and saying, "Hey, I'm Richard Von Saw." You're saying, "This is my art."
Yeah.
And guess what? By the way, when you find out more about what you do, you find out more about your heart, your soul, your vibe, and all that stuff that I dig, man.
Thank you. Thanks for paying such close attention to me.
I tried, brother.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And it's hard to talk about what you do. I mean, I think for everyone, it's like, what do you do? Why do you do this? What is this? And for me, it's not really a mental. I know it's not all mental, so it's hard for me to be literal, articulate about what it is and to get that out. So most of it is just emotion. I mean, I look at these pieces and I look at the grains of this wood and the patinas in this metal, and I just start wanting to build it into something. And
well, it's like with me when I do my wine. I don't like talking about me. I don't like talking about the wine itself. I mean, I work my ass off to do what I do, and you work your ass off to do what you do. And that's why I think why we connect and we chill is because we just are, and we just let the art do its thing. And what allows, what I feel your art be that much more is because you are humble and you just like want to do your thing. That's all you want to do is you want to do your thing. And what you do is when someone invokes a question to you and all of a sudden, wow, here comes a little Richard, and he's boom, and he starts talking about because you got this excitement about you that's amazing.
I get pretty excited about myself.
Yeah, you get excited, but you should, brother.
Yeah,
because
like a
it's-
5-year-old boy still when
Right?
it comes to shiny objects. Yeah, I mean, I just love that I get to do this for a living. I mean, it's I feel so blessed that people really caught on to this, and I'm helping create space and designing where people live and how they make their money. And when I get done with a project, I'm not there anymore, so I have to make sure that it really does what it's supposed to do, and
Yeah, but
represents their brand or their lives or their their lifestyle.
But you still resound everything. I mean, when I go into your places that you've worked on, it still says Richard Von Saul, and yet you've captured what they want to reflect, their brand or whatever they got going on.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I definitely want to make sure that I keep my style is my style, and I think I'm being told more and more that I have this style of my own, but I still don't know how to describe it. I've been asked many times, do it in a sentence. I can't describe it in a sentence. I can only describe it with the work.
no, it's true, and but I think with you is great though is that you allow yourself to evolve and become Richard, just be Richard, man.
Yeah, thanks. I like you being Brian, man.
I like me being me. I like you being. You got to be you, right?
Gotta be you.
All right. So we're gonna talk more about your stuff. Hey, what do you got going behind us, buddy?
Behind us is a wall of salvage materials. So all of the green steel are shoots from a turn-of-the-century textile manufacturing plant in South San Francisco. And then the red acrylic lights were Wall Street Journal's trade fair kiosk. So when they broke that down, they were selling it. I bought all the pieces from it. But
Boom.
I salvage all the time. So I'm constantly collecting materials and looking at decrepit buildings or barns or whatever I see on the side of the road and pick it up, throw it in my truck, and next thing you know, it's a table.
Well, that's cool though. Again, it's like you see something, it evokes an emotion in you, and you say, "I gotta have that because I see a way I can repurpose that, give it my brushstroke, oh, sorry, brushstroke of Richard Von Saul, and say, boom."
Boom.